Have you ever had students turn in a project with Google, Wikipedia, and Yahoo Answers as their listed sources in their bibliographies? Or students who turn in research papers with facts that are so over the top and out there that you have no idea where they would even find those ideas? Like the one student who turned in an entire project about Hitler being influenced by aliens because of some sites he found online. Students believe that whatever they find online has to be true. They trust anything that can be Googled. Students don't know how to effectively search or how to find credible resources. We as teachers need to show them how to find trustworthy and credible digital sources. These are skills that students will need throughout their entire life, not just in school, but in their careers and their own personal lives. It's important to teach students how to effectively search in Google. Now, when you are Googling something, if you just type in a search, you might find millions of different things that just are totally not accurate or aren't going to fit what you're looking for. So there are some special search tips that students can use. One example is to use quotation marks. If you use quotation marks to search a set of words, you'll include everything that's within those quotation marks. If you use dashes or a minus sign, it basically tells you what you want to exclude. If you were searching Jaguar, but you wanted to find Jaguar the car, you would put a minus sign before animal and it wouldn't search or give you any results for the animal Jaguar. Using a tilde before a term includes results with its synonyms, which might help you find something that's similar to what you're looking for. Sometimes you might want to search a site for a specific thing. You can type in site with colons and then the website address, and it will just search within that website. You can also search for links to search for sites that link to a specific URL. Two periods between two numbers expressed a range, and related queries might give you related search sources. There are other advanced searches that you can do using Google Search. If you type in google.com/advanced_search, you come up with a lot of different things that will help you with those advanced search tips. So for example, I mentioned the one with the minus sign. Here it is right here for none of these words, but it gives you the little hints on the right-hand side of how to do the search without actually going to the advanced search screen like we're looking at here. But you can find searches based on reading levels to help students of different levels. You can find last updates, regions, language, sites or domain, exact words or phrases. So this is a great way to teach students how to narrow in on their searches. Once students find resources, they need to determine whether they are credible resources. So this is a form that I have set up. I actually got this from Catlin Tucker, and she allows people to make a copy of it. And so I made a copy of her file and I edited it to fit my needs. And what I do is I collect information from my students, their name, email, etc., the topic they're researching, the site URL, so this is the website that they found as a resource that they're interested in using. Now they have to go through a series of questions to answer that basically helps them determine the credibility of the site. So first, does the digital resource have an author? And is the author credible in his or her field that he or she is providing information about? Is the author associated with an institution or organization or company? And if so, does that organization add to or take away from his or her credibility? They also look and see if there's any bias in the resources and look at the date. Is the information current? Are the links and resources there? Do they actually work? Are there misspellings or grammatical errors? Are there works cited or list of references available? And can the students cross-reference the information that they find? Then they give an overall evaluation of the site. Do they think that it is a reliable source? And they need to explain why. And then they also will get the APA citation. In science, I have students use APA, but you can have them use MLA or Chicago or any other style that you would like. Once students go through this process, they get a really good idea and they can figure out if the site is credible. For students to practice with a website to research it, to look at it, to see if it's a credible resource, I had them use this website, Help Save the Endangered Pacific Northwest Tree Octopus from Extinction. It is a wonderful, great site. There's a lot of information. There's FAQ sightings. All of these bring you to different websites. There are even videos available. And there's information about the author, there's lots of links, and so the students can really evaluate to see whether this is a credible resource if they were doing a project on endangered species. After I had students look through this website, they filled out the Got Credibility form, and I had then run Autocrat so that once they fill out the form, they'll automatically get a document back that includes all their information. So here's an example of a student document that they filled out about the Pacific Northern Tree Octopus. They listed the site URL, whether information about the author, information about whether they believe it is a credible site or not, and they have the APA citation. So if this student did decide that it was a credible resource, they have this saved in their Google Drive, and they have their citation ready to go. After completing this process with the Pacific Northwest Tree Octopus, students have a really good grasp on how to determine whether a web resource is a credible resource, and they're ready to start practicing this and finding their own resources.